Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to Akim out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. It's the brother Chaim Apash coming at you with another lesson. This lesson is going to be entitled "Stay Far Away from." Stay far away from these June 14 protests on Saturday. You know, I was just looking up earlier if there's any protests happening where I'm from to make sure that when we hold camp that we're far away from that. All right, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay, you don't want to be caught up in these different psyops that Esau got going on. You know, and something happens, something major happens, man, and you're caught in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in that situation. So the best thing to do is to stay far away from that, man. Stay far, far away from these protests, man. You know, the scriptures say to abstain from all appearances of evil. You know, they want to paint us as evil. They want to tie us to, unrest, to terrorism. You know, so we counteract that by staying away from that. You know, by having our words seasoned with salt. You know, not saying certain things, DTA and nothing like that. You know what I mean? We don't say those things. All right. We don't incite people to do things. You know, when we make a video, we don't say, "Oh, and you know, you should go and do." No, no, no. We're telling you what the prophecy says is going to happen. Is going to happen. This is what the prophecy says is going to happen. This is prophetic. We're not telling anyone to do it. It's just a prophecy. So it's what was written to happen. We're breaking down the Bible, showing you what was written to happen. Right? If we say that, oh, the scripture says that there shall be wars and rumors of wars, and then eventually there's going to be a World War III. You can't blame us for starting World War III because we tell you what the Bible says is about World War III happening. You can't blame us for that, right? You see what I'm saying? Shalom, shalom. You know, so we have to make sure that our words are seasoned with salt. That we're saying things, you know, in a controlled manner, so that they can't come and roll on us, so they can't come and say that we said this or we said that or we incited this or we incited that. That goes into sedition, right? Which they charge Paul with sedition, right? They said that these were seditious. He's what's a seditious fellow, you know. But was Paul telling them to do that? No, he wasn't. Okay, so those were false accusations. You know, those are false accusations. All right. But these things we told you was coming. We told you that, you know, first of all, you Latin tribes, you were gonna have to get a foot square up your ass because you are in that super coon spirit, man. You're in that super ass kissing Edomite spirit, man. All right, allowing your daughters to lay with Edomite men and whatnot, right? To better the race, so what do they call it? To better the Meal La Raza, something like that, right? You love these Edomites. You love the image of Esau, right? You try to align with these Edomites. Well, now these Edomites are showing you how much they like you, how much they love you, right? And this is only the beginning, man. This is only the beginning, man. Their hatred is gonna be, it's gonna come full out, man. It's gonna come full out, man. All right, and you need that. You need that. See, Judah already sees that. Judah, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they're kind of somewhat awakened to the fact these Edomites ain't really their friend to some extent. You know, so you still got some sambos out here, but for the most part, they're more awakened. I'll say this: they're more awakened than you so-called Latinos, man. All right, your head is still stuck up the so-called white man's ass, man. Heavy. That Telemundo done mess your minds up, man. Okay, but guess what, man? We told you this devil, he's not your friend, man. He's your enemy. And what does the scripture say? It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness," man. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, it says, "So is his wickedness." So he's not going to lighten up, man. He's going to tighten up the oppression because right now we're at the end. Now we're at the end of this man's rulership, man. And I can't see no one else but Trump ushering in this tyranny. This tyranny. He's that guy, man. He's that guy. And who else? Show me who else, man. And he has a hatred. He has a deep hatred for you tribes, man. Right? Well, what proves it is when those Edomite supremacists were out there when they had that riot years ago, and then even a woman, a couple people, or a woman died. I know a woman died for sure. An Edomite woman died. And then when Trump was to speak upon the disgusting acts of the supremacists, he said, there's good people on both sides. What does that tell you, man? What does that tell you right there? Right? That he really likes those guys. You understand? And then now with these protests, when these things were going on based upon the anti-immigration, what did he say about them? He said they're not so many words, they're homegrown terrorists, they're monsters, they're no good. Right? So that shows you how he thinks about you tribes. Okay? You understand? And he's going to be able to show his hate. He's going to be able to display his hate real soon. And that hate that he's going to display is going to, because you thought this devil was good. You thought this devil changed. You know? He's not the same, like the conquistador. They're not the same. You're going to see, man, that same hate is bubbling back up. You see these Edomites are getting more bold, they're getting more, and they're proud of it, man. I was at a spot the other day, man, and this guy, man, this is what Edomite pulled some East Indians pulled up. Well, I mean, he did this to the East Indians, right? Because he felt comfortable doing it to them because, he saw me, he saw my, he's like, nah, I'm not going to say nothing about this guy because this guy look like he'll do something to me, But them Elamites, they're kind of weak, they're kind of soft, So he started cursing out these Elamites, saying, yeah, I just have to say this, man, you Sikhs, you Sikhs, you Hindus, y'all are the worst drivers ever, blah, blah, blah. It's not, they start cursing them out. You guys are the worst. But he was saying it like serious, like, and he was so proud after he said it. He's like, yeah, I have to tell those Sikhs to their face that they're this and that, and the third, and whatever. And I was like, and all I did was laugh because like these Edomites are emboldened now, to say what's in their heart. And that's Elam. We don't care about Elam, but trust me, they have they have a worse sentiment toward you Israelites, right? So now you see these different things. Shiloh Hendricks, she's calling the child, and they're supposed to be the child had a disability, calling him the N-word, and all these Edomites, yeah, that's right, he was a little retarded N-word. Hey man, you think they showed mercy to kids with a brain trauma or brain? You think they showed mercy back then in slavery or post slavery? You think the Edomites showed mercy? They didn't show no mercy. Okay, they didn't care about nothing like that. All right, they didn't care whether you were blind, whether you had one leg. They had no pity. That's why the scriptures say there shall be no mercy unto them that showed no mercy. Right? So that same spirit is coming. And soon it's going to turn violent, right? And when it turns violent, they're going to start killing you Israelites. Anything browner than a paper bag, a brown paper bag, they're going to start killing indiscriminately, man. Even if you got the features that they think that you're of another nationality, you know what I'm saying? They're going to start putting you to death, especially if they think you're of one of these tribes, your so-called Black, Latino, or Native American. Why? Because it's a spiritual hatred. It's not a regular hatred. It's a spiritual hatred. This is a hatred that goes back thousands of years. All right? It's spiritual. Things are reincarnated. So is hate. So is spiritual trauma. All right? When you coming from a past life and certain things happen to you in that past life, hey, that trauma can pass through to the next life. All right? And certain things in the spirit, I don't like doing that. I don't like this and that. Well, it could be something to do with something that happened in your past life. I don't like this place, or I love this place, right? It could be something to do with your past life. All right? Right? Well, a lot of these Jakes, I'm just thinking about it now, a lot of these Israelites in the kingdom of Judah, they don't like water, unless you grow up in the islands because, you swim and whatnot. But they don't like water, maybe that could be possibly the past trauma of them being tied up and shot over the goddamn slave ships, man. Okay? And fed to the sharks, man. Right? So the water, they were in fear of water, man. Water was a fearful thing to them. You see? All right? Now, when it comes to the hatred that these Edomites have for you, that goes back to Esau. Remember Esau, man? Esau hated Jacob, man, for the blessing, right? These Edomites hate us. They look at us as a what you would call it, as a they know we have a blessing over them. They know that we're better than them in the spirit. So their thing is, you know, uh, 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 you know, to try to bring us down. That's why the scriptures say that, they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. So they want to paint you in a terrible light. They want to make you look like a bunch of degenerates, which a lot of you Jakes have become degenerates. The majority of these Israelites have become degenerates. Through the music influence, through the movies, through what Esau has given you. Every time you have a Jake show, you have a Jake show, there always has to be, some buffoonery in it. Always has to be about some buffoonery, right? Or some drug dealer, you know? So ultimately, these things were set up to cast you down, right? But we're at a stage now that, you're about to be categorized as the main problem, with Babylon. And then Esau's going to roll on you. And Trump has no problem sending in military enforcements to destroy you Jakes. Well, he set up a post. He said, can't you just shoot them in the leg? It was during the protests or something. He's like, can't you just shoot them in the leg or something? So he wanted them to be shot with real bullets, man. I seen something like that, him say that. Can't you just shoot them in the leg or something? See, he was frustrated. He was frustrated at these brown people, okay, these Israelites, had the audacity to protest under his regime, right? He said, why don't you just shoot them in the leg, right? So this guy, he's getting ready to be a dictator, man, a dictator, right? We believe he's coming in the spirit of Nero, okay? And all these different protests that's happening, hey man, you don't think he's with it? You don't think he's with it behind the scenes? You don't think he knows what the hell is going on? With all the Walmart funding it, the owners of Walmart funding it, you don't think he knows what the hell is going on? You don't think he rub shoulders with these billionaires? Of course he does. He knows what the hell is happening. And why the hell would a billionaire care about what the hell is going on with Trump? Like in the sense of, oh, the immigration is not right. Billionaires don't give a damn, man. They're not affected by these things. They're not affected by the prices are up. They don't care about that. All right? Because really, he's putting more money in these billionaires' pockets. So you think that the Walmart family, first of all, Walmart, that's like the worst. That place is like, bro, that's like a human rights violation to work at Walmart. The way they have that working environment, that's like a human rights violation. That's like the worst place you could possibly work. They pay you, they're known for paying their employees the bare minimum. Okay, you look, every time you see a Walmart worker, they're always miserable, man. Right? So what the hell does she care about immigration and how what's going on with the people is not right? She don't give a. She's not a humanitarian. She doesn't care about the people. There's a plot behind this, man. And come to find out, I just listened to the Apostle Tahar, and he said that even the George Floyd protest was happening during Trump's administration as well, right? When we know who was funding those ones, right? George, you know his name, Soros. You know what I'm saying? That guy. That's another small hat. Yeah, you understand? So there's an agenda behind that. And when you deal with Nero, I remember when I did research on Nero before. I've done research on Nero, you know, and Nero, he was known for doing things to make himself, setting things up to make himself look good, man. I gotta kind of find out, the details of that because I remember those things. He would set certain things up to make himself look good, right? To justify him. So, hey, Trump is gonna set things up to justify these draconian measures that he's getting ready to send out, right? So June 14th, keep your eyes open for what's going on, all right? And it's supposed to be that's his birthday too. Keep your eyes open, all right? You know, we're not supposed to be walking as blind men. We're supposed to be walking as men that can see. See, the average person, they have no clue what we're talking about, man. That's why we can't have a conversation, a proper conversation with the average person, right? Because they don't know about these things. See, they think these protests are organic. They think the things that are going on are organic when they're not. They're very much controlled. Excuse me, very much controlled. All right, for a purpose. And the purpose is to take away your rights. Every major event, the purpose of the major event is to take away more of your liberties. That's the purpose of it. You notice you never get more liberties. You never get to go in the airport more freely. You never get to drive without a license now. You never get to start a business on the street without a license. They never give you more liberty. It's always set up to take away more liberties. Always. Never the other way around. Okay? So keep those camps far away. Babaqasha, keep those camps far away from those protests, man. Just a reminder, just a reminder because brother's not going to be doing that intentionally, but just to double check where them protests may be at, so you don't get stuck up in that, and you can't move because you're in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of maybe check where the protests may be in your city. Which I seen there's no protest happening in Canada. There's no protest happening outside of the US. All right, dealing with these things. All right, so it's a good thing to check that out if you're in Babylon, to check to see where those things may be taking place. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. I want to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Dash. The bronze to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there. pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Shalom.